NBA Finals continue. Could it possibly be the last NBA video this season? Game 6, Thursday night. I'll give you the answer. Side, total, player props, free plays, free analysis coming up for Thursday night's Game 6 right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on Wager Talk TV, and we crushed it in Game 5. Gave you the Thunder, the over, the team total over. They all cashed. OKC extended the series now to a 3-2 lead as expected. Also told you to play those adjusted series prices when they were as low as -200, -300 a couple times this series. Well, that price bargain is gone because right now we're seeing the Thunder about -1,500 to win the series, as high as -2,400 at South Point and Circa in Las Vegas. By the way, let's get to the true odds. As a 6.5 point favorite here in Game 6 on Thursday night, the Thunder have a 70% chance to win the game straight up. If for some reason Indiana pulls the upset, Thunder will have about an 85% chance probably in Game 7. So once again, Indiana has a 30% chance of extending this series and then a 15% chance of winning Game 7. So that multiplied together is like 4.5%. So the true odds are over 20-1. The Thunder, the Indiana Pacers can come back. So do not play them at 9-1 on the money line. In fact, -1,500, -1,700. There's actually some value with the Thunder still, as it should be over -2,000. But once again, I'm not recommending laying that series price. We've had plenty of opportunities to play an adjusted series price here once they went down to 0-1. And let's revisit this series, how it started. Indiana never led in Game 1 until the final shot of the night, a 1-point win. That was their only lead of the game. They have lost 3 of the other 4. They could easily be down 4-1, this series be over. In fact, it should be, because OKC outplayed them in that Game 1 win. Indiana's only won 4 of their last 9 games straight up. And if you take away that fortunate Game 1 win, they'd be just 3-6 straight up their last 9. So this is not a powerful Indiana Pacer team. The public's been all over them in this series. The public's got it handed to them the last couple of games. And I told you I thought the come from behind win by OKC in Game 4 could linger for the Pacers, and that was definitely the case. Indiana was down early, down by as many as 18 points in that game, rallied for a monster comeback, got it to within 2 in the fourth quarter, and then OKC pulled ahead and won by 11. Double whammy, right? Back-to-back games in which they had a chance to win, got away from them. Now they're down 3-2. Yes, they returned to Indiana, and yes, they've been a strong home team. The Thunder have been weaker on the road in the playoffs, no question about it. But his history speaking, this is not a great spot for Indiana. Plus, Tyrese Halliburton is questionable. We'll talk more about that injury in a moment. But let's pull up some charts. Perhaps the last time this season we can pull up some NBA charts from Ralph Michaels, Stat Daddy, the pen, the human database father of Jeff, at WagerTalk.com. And, of course, Ralph Michaels is a great follow on X, on Twitter, and Instagram as well, at CalSportsLV. Going to pull up the smaller chart first, and this is Game 6 teams that are up 3-2 in general here. And as you see here, I'll pull up the numbers for you. But road teams up 3-2 have actually been a solid play over the past couple of decades. Overall, these teams have gone 7-5 straight up, 8-4 against the spread. And once again, you'll notice on there's only been 2 road favorites that have been in this situation over the last 20 years or so. And those teams have actually done quite well, going 2-0 straight up in ATS. So once again, history does say Game 6 road teams cover and win more times than not. But let's also look at another subset here. And this would be Game 6 road teams that just won to take a 3-2 lead. So once again, they're not trailing in the series. And a 3-2 lead. Game 6 road teams had a smaller subset, has gone 6-3 straight up, 7-2 against the spread. So once again, Game 6 road teams in general have been good, but they're even better when they have a 3-2 lead. And that is obviously the case for OKC here. So don't think that Indiana just bounces back because they're on their strong home court. History shows the Thunder should close this out. And once again, road teams that win to have a 3-2 lead, or actually enter Game 6 with a 3-2 lead, meaning they're one away from clinching a world title, have gone 6-3 straight up, 7-2 against the spread, including 2-0 straight up in ATS as a road favorite. In fact, the only 2 times we've had big dogs, 6.5 point dogs, they went 0-2. So if you take out the 2 biggest dogs over the last 20 years, all other road teams with a 3-2 lead have gone 6-1 straight up in ATS, and that is the subset that OKC fits here. By the way, you'll notice the over-unders have been pretty 50-50, and I pointed this out in Game 5. You know, I told you in the Game 4 video that Game 4 NBA Finals are now 17-3 to the under the last 20. But Game 5 was basically 50-50. Game 6 has been basically 50-50. So what that tells you is they start to over-adjust, because if you recall, Game 3 unders had worked very well in the NBA Finals as well. So Games 3 and 4 had been almost 80% under the past few decades. They over-adjust, no pun intended. Games 5 and 6 have been pretty neutral. We did cash with the over in Game 5. I gave it to you in the video. That was also a strong client best bet on Monday night. But I'm neutral on this total because, as I mentioned earlier, Tyrese Halliburton is questionable with an Achilles calf injury that he sustained in Game 5. Now, yes, he played Game 5 and he finished, but he did not play well. And if that's the case, the Pacers are in big trouble, and the total could get a bit dicey as well. We had a huge fourth quarter. Indiana made that comeback. That's the only reason that game got up and over by a few baskets. It's funny, it was staying under most of the game, but then mid-fourth quarter, the adjusted end-game total was as high as 239. It landed on 229, but Halliburton was terrible. He was a non-factor. 0 for 6 shooting, 0 for 4 from three-point range, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Halliburton finished with 4 points in 36 minutes, as you can see in the Pacers box score there, and he did not make a shot other than 4 free throws. No field goal attempt made. He's sat now for a couple days. The official Pacer injury report hasn't come out yet. I'm doing this video a day before, of course, on Wednesday. He's listed as questionable at the Odds Logic injury report. But I do expect him to play, but I don't think he's 100%. And that's a big problem for the Pacers, as they really need him, not just for points, but also for assists. He only had 6 assists in that Game 5 loss the other night. Siakam had 28 points. He'll have to do the heavy lifting. He took 15 shot attempts. If Halliburton is limited, or if he ends up not playing, which I don't think will happen, but if he is limited, as I think could be the case, some guys off the bench that did some heavy lifting. The 3 subs coming in, Mathurin, Obi Toppin, McConnell, combined to have 36 shot attempts. McConnell actually had a huge game, 8 for 14. TJ McConnell, 18 points. So maybe he's worth a look again to the over. He's priced at 10.5. And that's much higher than his game total had been. He'd been about 6.5 in all other games. He was 7.5 the other night, finished with 18 points. But he's had 9 points or more in every game of this series, but 8 points or more in every game. And he's had double digits in 3 of the last 4 games in this series. So once again, McConnell over 10.5. Yeah, it's a little bit pricey, but he's a guy I would only play the over with. Ben Mathurin, 2 for 11 shooting, only 7 points. But we've seen what he's capable of doing at times off the bench. Of course, he did not play last postseason. Last year, he was injured. He's had just 7 and 8 points the last 2 games. And, of course, we faded him in Game 4 after that 27 and 14 in Games 2 and 3. They moved him from 8.5 to 10.5. He's still sitting at 10.5 because, once again, Halliburton's injury has bumped some of these secondary players higher. But Mathurin is maybe due for another breakout game after having 27 and 14 the 2 games at Indiana, or the two games before his last 2, the Games 2 and 3, 8 and 7 the last couple. Mathurin over makes some sense here, especially since he got the shot attempts in the minutes, just didn't hit them in game number 5. Obi Toppin's a guy I'd be a little more careful with. He was 5 for 11 shooting, 12 points in Game 5, but he was only 1 for 5 from three-point range. Minus 16 plus-minus rating was the worst on the court for the Pacers. I'm not a big Toppin fan, and the fact he's had 12 and 17 the last 2 games, I think he's due to regress. Under 10.5 might be worth a look. He had only 8 and 3 in Games 2 and 3 before that. So those are some secondary Pacers to take an eye on. Let's look at the Oklahoma City Thunder now. Thunder obviously had a big game from SGA as expected. I told you I thought his assist prop was worth a look. He had no assists in Game 4. Well, that was not the case in Game 5 when he had a double-double with 10 assists and 31 points. 13 from 14 from the free throw line. Might not get as many fortunate calls on the road. So once again, SGA priced to perfection. He had a great game, and he still only got to 31. I'd probably stay off of him. We're not going to fade him, but also don't think there's much value with his over. Jalen Williams, as you can see, had a huge game, 40 points. He's been so up and down during the postseason. He has the ability to just go off like he did. He's priced at around 22.5, 23. He's had 26, 27, and 40 the last 3 games. Maybe he regresses a bit, but the fact that I think the Thunder closes out, I'm not really looking to fade any superstars. So let's find a player on OKC that we could play the over with, and I think Chet Holmgren makes some sense. As you see, he was only at 9 points in game number 5, but he played 33 minutes, did not have a free throw attempt, but had 11 rebounds, and he was only 4 for 15 shooting. So he got enough shot attempts to get it done. They just weren't falling. Keep in mind, the last time he had a bad game was back in Game 1. He finished with 6 points, and we played the over for several games in a row after that. Finished with 15, 20, and 14. He's priced at 15.5, and after a couple games of just 14 and 9, I look for him to break out again. And keep in mind, in game 2, when he had 15 points, he had 14 early in that game. Didn't really score again until late, and then he had 20 right after that. Chet Holmgren over 15.5 points would be my top recommendation for a Thunder prop in game 6. Hey, there you go. Perhaps the last time we talk NBA this season. Hey, it's been a nice ride. I've done every NBA postseason game this year, and if there is a game 7, it'll be Sunday night back in OKC. And hey, comment below. Do you think there's a game 7? So many of you love the Pacers, especially when they were up 1-0. I know the fandom has fallen a bit, but once again, the public looks like they're back in Indiana. Do you agree with that? Do they pull it out at home and force a game 7? And by the way, Pacers this year, don't hope that they can cover and lose. That's not a good way to attack this game because Indiana, every loss in the postseason this year has come by 6 points or more. Average loss, when they lose straight up, they've gone 0-7 against the spread this postseason. They have not covered a single game when they've lost this year in the playoffs. Average loss has been by over 13.5 points. So my point being, if you like Indiana here, you better play them somewhat on the money line at the plus 240, 214, 220 instead of just taking the point spread. So once again, if you like the Thunder, lay the 6, 6.5. Don't let the big numbers scare you because once again, when they win, they usually win by margin. If you like the Pacers, play the money line. So it's favorite point spread, underdog money line. That's usually a good way to attack both the NBA and the NFL, and especially the way these two teams have been so far this postseason. Comment below. I read the comments. I reply back. Side, total, player props. What are you looking at here Thursday night in Game 6? If you have a little extra time, drop some analysis. Let's learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. I honestly believe we have the sharpest and smartest sports betting viewers right here on this channel. And look, over 200,000 subscribers, can't be wrong. Make sure you're a subscriber. Click subscribe and consider clicking that bell as well for an instant alert. Not only when these videos go up every day, Game 7 will be Sunday if there is one, but more importantly, the Major League Baseball free play videos. I try to do one every day of the week for you. When you click subscribe, you click the bell, you get an instant alert when the videos are posted. And of course, we're just a few months away from my college football top 25 videos, solo game previews, and of course, the ever popular Fade the Public video in the NFL, just a few months away. Let's build that bankroll, though, in the meantime with Major League Baseball. And what a great time it is to be playing during the summer months. Last year, my all sports clients had won over 100 units by the end of August. We had doubled our bankroll before football even began, before Labor Day, and we're looking to do it again this summer. And get to my page quicker with that shortcut you see on the screen, wt.buzz/SM. Daily baseball best bets, my strongest best bets for NBA Finals Game 6 Thursday night, and also a bonus free play. It's quite simple. I'm very selective. 1 to 3 best bets per day on average, which means that last cut is still a strong opinion, and I put it up for free for everybody. So check out the daily free play. Check out the strong best bets for Thursday night and get there quicker. Steve Merril, wagertalk.com with shortcut wt.buzz/SM. And while you're there, 2 special offers I want to point out. No promo codes needed. A 30-day all sports and a 1-year all sports. The 30-day all sports gets you an instant $100 discount, works up to just over $6 a day. It's basically 30 days for the price of 14, almost half price. Or the 1-year all access works out to just $3 a day, about $1 a play because it's an instant $811 discount, and you get a bonus 25% coupon included. No promo codes needed. Figure out which one works best for you. Every client gets the same plays I release every day, my personal best bets, same games I'm using, same games I've won with consistently for the last 29 years since I became a full-time professional capper in 1996. Check it out, Steve Merril, wagertalk.com. Get there quicker, wt.buzz/SM. And on the way out, don't forget to follow me on social media at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L. See it on the bottom of the screen, at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril at X and Instagram. Comment below, thumbs up, like. Goes a long way to keeping these videos plentiful and free. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because you know there's more free play videos coming up next.